Good morning, my friends. So I'm just going to give you a quick intro, and probably a lot of you have already heard about this, to your autonomic nervous system. That is your nervous system that is mostly doing the stuff on its own, and you don't technically have enough control over to really influence, or that's what they thought, that it was doing all its stuff automatically. But in reality, we can actually change it quite a lot. So it is part of our breathing, our blood flow. You've heard of the vagus nerve very aligned with your autonomic nervous system. So, and digestion is also part of that. There's two sides to it. We have the rest and digest, soothe and settle. That is the parasympathetic side. And we have the sympathetic side, which is the fight, flight, freeze. So on our regular basis in our days, when we hear the phone, when things happen, when we have a little shock, a little brightness, a little that could be activation in the sympathetic, like there's something. Now, historically, animals or humans even maybe long ago, after they had some kind of shock, would then shake it out. They would let it go, okay, now I'm ready to go process. But we've really learned to inhibit our movement so much that we don't release a lot of the stuff that gets stuck in our sympathetic. So something happened, something I should be worried about, something I shouldn't be worried about. Either way, it doesn't matter. We're taking on all this stress into our sympathetic. And if we don't go into parasympathetic states, rest, digest, soothe, settle, then we're not digesting our lives. We're not able to process and we're not able to heal. So we really heal in the parasympathetic. And I can bring myself right into parasympathetic. By coming into sounding practices, tuning deeply into my breath. But it's something that I've learned and trained to do. And I have to say, most of my training to turn into that deep parasympathetic state came from doing continuum movement and also meditation. But even meditation, continuum, I can get there much faster than meditation. But it's to come into this place where we process our lives. The other thing I do is move a lot, and I shake a lot. So shake it out, relax. Like if we were animals and we had something happen to us, something traumatic happened to us, we would sit there and shake, and it would give our nervous system this chance to reset. So we're not carrying that trauma with us. We're not carrying that stuckness in our nervous system. And everything that happens to us, even watching TV, can activate that sympathetic. And when things are activated in us, they lodge in our bodies, they lodge in our tissues. They're not just, oh, it's here and gone. It's like our body is holding, there's a book, The Body Keeps the Score, Bessel van der Kolk. And but there's something we've learned about in Laban my whole life, like, the holding patterns, the ways that you respond to things, the things that you take in, and they're not locked. They can change hugely, especially if you give them some awareness and some attention. This feeling into my own system can bring me back in. And because I've trained in this so much, I'm watching some geese flying overhead. You can hear them. Present in the moment. All right, that's all I'm going to say. The other thing I'm going to say, if you've made it this far, is I have a Patreon. If this is giving you anything and you want more of this content, or you want this content to continue, please consider joining and supporting me on my Patreon. It's Laura V. Ward. And there's like a $4 a month or a $10, or if you want to be big and spendy, $1,000. If you want to support my life and this work, because I'm continuing to learn and plow through and give you this information for free on a regular basis, because I feel like it's so important. Everyone should have the right to know these things about our bodies. So there you go. Have a good day.